So welcome everyone to Saturday Morning Fit Flow. My name is Helena. I'm the owner of In Fine Feather Yoga. If we haven't had the chance to connect, please feel free after our practice just to leave a little comment and say hello, let me know who you are and how you found out about our classes. It'd be lovely to connect with you because this is the best way to do this right now. I'm surprised so many people are awake on Saturday morning for Fit Flow. Thank you for joining me. We could begin our practice on the back. So coming to lie down. Then I'll encourage you to take a variation with your legs that either allows the hips to open, so the balls of the feet coming together, the knees splaying out wide. Or if you'd like to make some more space for your low back, bend your knees, plant your feet, and let the knees tent in towards one another. So just a few options for what might support you. And then when you're ready, invite your eyes to close and take a sounded breath. Inhale through your nose and then open up your mouth and sigh your breath. Let your breath out. And then go again, deep breath in. Open your mouth, sigh, letting go, breath out. Making that H-A audible releasing sound. And then start to tune into the body, just check in. How have you landed on your mat this morning? Starting to breathe into the body, watching the rise of your inhale. And the fall of your exhale. Simply exploring that, how have you landed on your mat this morning? Then from here, I'm encouraging you to let the breath deepen and perhaps the breath start to create a sensation of feeling more consistent, more fluid, and constant. And every morning I've been teaching these practices, bringing in an intention, often a mantra, something to help bring some guidance to the practice. And today I'm inviting you just to find consistency. Starting to find the consistency in the breath, and every time your mind wanders, come back to it. One of our students yesterday in the 5:30 classes said how nice it was and what a relief it was just for a short period of time to not think about everything going on and to simply be in our bodies. Land in that space, be consistent with your breath. And as we're all sort of trying to figure out our routines day to day, I find consistency really helps. So trying to have routine, pattern, something that you do for yourself consistently every single day, and maybe it's arriving on your mat. Trying to stick with some of our consistent schedules and patterns, whether it's waking up at the same time every day, going to bed at the same time every day. Keep with your routine. Saturday I water my plants, so I will still do that. What is something in your life that is consistent right now? And if nothing comes up, that's okay. If anything, let your breath be what's consistent. Inhales rising. Exhales falling. And follow that cycle. Maybe 5 or 6 more rounds. Hear the sound of the breath through the back of your throat, that audible reminder that it's present and with you throughout. Even if through class today what is consistent is your mindset, to simply do your best. Try to tap into a body that's invigorated, that's vibrant. Start to awaken into this body. Notice the sensations of wiggling fingers and toes. Perhaps even fluttering through your eyes, rocking your head from side to side. This gentle awakening. We stretch out the muscles through the face, open the mouth wide, close the mouth. And then on your own time, bend your knees. Draw the knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a big embrace. Rock side to side. And let this rocking motion become a little bit of a twist. So let the knees go a little bit more towards the right side, a little more towards the left. But using your core to help actively pull your knees back into center. So a little bit of strength from the abdomen. Go one more time each way. Before the knees come back through to center. Hug them in. Kick your heels up towards the sky. Let's bring some awareness into the legs. Point and flex your toes. Maybe even roll your ankles out. Then keep your heels up towards the sky. Try to straighten out through the backs of your legs so your legs are active. Take the fingertips behind your ears, elbows wide. Then on an inhale, lift up through the head, neck, and chest. We're pausing here to be aware of the contraction of the bracing through the abdomen. And then taking a gentle little pulse. So it's not a huge movement. It's just a shortening of the space between the ribs and the hips, lifting and lowering. We're going to bring a little heat into the belly. Keep your elbows wide, pause, take a breath, and then bring your shins parallel to the earth. Knees stacked right over top of your hips, and then pulse again. At any point, if you need to slow down, take a break, rest the head, reset with the breath, go for it. You can go as slow and controlled or as fast as you like. Head and chest stay lifted. Take your toes, hover them an inch from the earth, and maybe just tap them down to make sure that they're just that inch, and then pulse again. And see how that starts to move a little lower through the abdomen. Go for 3, 2, plant your feet down, and we'll take our last set through center. Gentle pulse. Try to avoid any clenching through the jawline. Keep the muscles through the face soft. Release your head all the way down. Take a full body stretch. Point your toes forward. Reach the arms back. Lift out of the front body. Stretch all the muscles of the abdomen. Breathe in. And then let it go. Knees back into chest. Then whatever way suits you best to bring yourself into tabletop. Some might feel good to massage the length of the spine to rock and roll. If that's not working for you, you can always roll onto the right side and press yourself up. We come onto hands and knees. And so find a tabletop position where your shoulders are over top of the wrists. And you don't want your hands too close together. Make sure you've got them to shoulder distance. You've got a lot of room between the window of your arms. Good. And then from here, take your right foot, step it back. Take your left foot, step it back. We come into a plank position. And then feeling how the muscles through the abdomen are maybe a bit already awake, use the strength from your core to pike your hips up and back, downward dog. We'll roll in and out of that a few times. Come back forward into your hands, high plank. Pull your hips back, downward dog. Beautiful. Grip into the hands as you come forward. Strength from your core, pull your hips back. Last time, breathe in, come forward. The option to take your knees down. Can you still breathe as you look past your fingers? If not, lower the knees. And then come onto your belly. Pause once you're on the belly. Keep your elbows up towards the sky. Press your pubic bone down. Lift your heart up. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Press through the tops of your feet and then hover your hands an inch from the earth. Now waking up and igniting the core that supports the spine on the back. If you'd like to make this a bit more engaging, you can reach your arms out to airplane if you have the space. Even just a little more engaging, the arms can reach forward like taking a Superman. Inhale a little higher. Exhale, release down. Slide the thumbs back in by the shoulders, by the ribs. Lift your heart up halfway. The option to engage the back body and lift up all the way. And hips travel back in space. Flip your toes. Take your first downward dog and hold. With your option for some movement, pedal your feet out. Sway your hips. You might even shake your head out, yes or no. Come high onto your toes, look forward at your thumbs and bend your knees. Step, walk, or hop to the top of your space. Hands slide up onto the shins, flatten your back, lift your heart. Bring some more weight into your toes. Imagine doing like a little bit of a crunch, so shortening that space a bit between your ribs and your hips. Just settle. Hugging your spine, float your arms out like an airplane. Almost as if you were peering over the edge of a cliff. Find a consistent breath in. As you breathe out, bow and fold, let it go. Strong through the legs, rise up, inhale, get tall. Let's give the arms a good shake out. Let them go. And start to root yourself into your feet. Maybe even rock yourself side to side, forward and back. Come high onto the toes. Rock back into your heels. Then try to lower your toes down, spreading them out, fanning the toes out. You've got roots into the earth. Breathe in, arms extend high. Breathe out, fold your body forward. Halfway to lift, lengthen. Bend your knees enough to take your hands down. Step back into plank. Pause from your plank. Come onto your right elbow. Come onto your left. So we're on the forearms. Same thing here, your modification is taking the knees down. Try not to let your shoulders pass the elbows. Taking 2 more rounds of breath, drive your elbows into the earth to set your shoulders. 1 more inhale. And then press up into your right hand. Press up into your left hand. Pike your hips back. Downward dog. On your next inhale breath, kick your right leg high behind you. Roll your right hip to open. Your left heel stays lifted, your left knee stays micro bent to point your right knee high to the sky. Straighten your right leg out, inhale. Right knee in towards your chest, squeeze it in, and then flicker step your foot through. You want the right knee on top of your ankle, so you might need to shimmy the foot a little farther forward. Tense your fingers and lift your torso up. Breathe in, reach your arms, crescent lunge. If the shoulders maybe are feeling a little tight today, let's support them by taking the arms into a wider V, or your hands can even go onto your hips. And then taking a little bend through the back knee, maybe the back knee even taps your mat, and then lifts back up. Beautiful, little bend through your back leg. Inhale, straighten up. Do this with the breath. And maybe encourage it to be just a little bit faster. And the next time you straighten out your back leg, lift your gaze up between your thumbs. Inhale. Release your hands to frame your front foot. Step into your plank. This time come onto your left elbow first. Onto the right. Drop the knees if you need to. Your breath is usually a good gauge for letting you know where you should be right now. You know, it's going to be altered, it's going to change as our shapes change, but can you breathe? Find that consistency. Press into your left hand. Press into your right hand. Lift your hips back, downward dog. Full breath in, reset. Open your mouth, sigh your breath out. Beautiful. Inhaling, floating your left leg high. Grip into your fingertips and roll your left hip to open. Point the knee high to the sky. Left knee to chest. Try to rock forward into your hands the best you can. High to your right toes and flick your left foot through. Tented fingers. Lift your heart. Lift your torso. Square through the hips. So draw the left hip back, right hip forward so they're in line. Sweep your arms. Take any variation with the arms if you need. Really engage the back leg, staying high on your back toes so you feel the energy coming up through the whole leg. Then find that little bend, maybe it taps down. Inhale, straighten out. So go slowly with the breath, just to start to feel the engagement through the legs. Both working here. And then if you feel steady, you can find a consistency, a rhythm, go a little bit faster. Back leg straightens out, arms reach up, gaze goes up. A breath to lengthen your side bodies and reach through your fingertips. Ground your hands down. Step back to plank. Come down onto your forearms. If it helps you to come onto the forearms from tabletop, go for it. And then from this forearm, bring your left hand to center onto your face, to the center of your mat. Roll onto the razor edge of your left foot. Maybe you can tense your right fingertips, bring your right hand onto your hips. So we're like in a side plank on the forearm. Again, knees can be down. If you'd like to bring a little bit of a pulse to this, making it more challenging, drop your left hip an inch and then lift it back up. Going for 3. Engaging through the left side obliques every time you have to pull up and contract. Awesome. Pause when you need to. Let's come back to center on both forearms. And then we'll switch sides. So right hand to center. Rock over onto the razor edge of your right foot. Again, knees can be stacked and knees can be together as your modification. Holding here, find that lift and lower. Go for 3 breaths. Onto both forearms, back to center. Come up into the hands. Downward facing dog. Knowing that you have an option here to take child's pose and maybe to sip water. Listen to the heart rate. Perhaps remind yourself of the sensation of consistency, showing up for yourself, coming back to breath. And also that we're stimulating, invigorating, and trying to bring heat into the body, building it that way. One more round of breath wherever you are. And then take your time to come back to down dog. Inhale, right leg high. Right knee hugs into chest and hold. Weight into the hands. Then kick the right leg back again. This time, right knee, can it connect to your right elbow? Maybe it touches, maybe it doesn't. Send it back, breathe in. Try to twist the right knee through towards the left elbow. Right leg high. Look forward, swing or step, grab or pull, right foot through. Tense your fingers. Inhale, reach the arms, crescent. High onto back toes, really engaged. And then cactus style your arms. Bring the arms in front, maybe pinkies to touch. And then squeeze your shoulder blades together to open the arms back up. Sweep your arms high. Breathe in. Cactus style your arms, breathe out. Pinky fingers to touch in the front of the body. Open the chest back up. One more to reach up. Cactus style. Pinky fingers to touch. There's a little tension in the arms. Open the heart, breathe in. Pivot your back heel down, transition to warrior 2, breathe out. So the lunge stays through the right leg. Back heel planted. Arms floating out into a wingspan. Good. Loop the shoulders up, back, and down. Until you feel the arms settle into a comfortable position. Hear the sound of your breath. Perhaps lunge a little deeper through the front leg. Reach forward past your body, right elbow onto right knee. Try not to sink through the shoulder, lift out of the shoulder. Left arm extends. Take your left arm, sweep it back behind your body, working to catch one day the right hip. So watch that the shoulder doesn't get too tight. Encouraging the heart to open. Side angle pose with your half bind. One more inhale. Beautiful. Look down, plant both hands down. Step into a plank position. Let's all drop the knees. We'll take 3 chaturanga push-ups, but only invite yourself to lower halfway down, or even just a little bend through the elbows, and then push the earth away from you. Good, lowering halfway. Press, press, press back up. Lower halfway, press back up. Flip your toes, downward dog. Even if that's just a micro bend through your elbows, that's okay. Sounded breath in, and sigh breath. And then float the left leg up and back. Left knee to chest. Squeeze it in tight. Even try to keep your left heel in towards your bum as the knee comes in towards your chest. Reach it high, inhale. Left knee, left elbow, exhale. Send it up, breathe in. Try to twist the left knee through towards the right, breathe out. Inhale, send it high. Then use all that strength and momentum, step your foot through, grab it, pull it. Stay high to back toes, look forward. Lift your torso when you're ready. Arms reaching, breathe in. Then cactus style your arms, breathe out. Maybe you make little fists with your hands. Imagine you had little weights or something in them. Pinkies to touch in front. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, open the heart. Breathe in, reach up. Breathe out, bend your elbows. Elbows to touch in front of the body. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. One more time on your own. Arms reach high. Pivot your back heel down. And look at the foundation of your feet. Be sure the front heel and back inner arch of your foot line up. Try not to lean forward or rock forward, encouraging the pelvic bowl to be really neutral. As your arms extend out, so if you feel the sensation of maybe getting tighter through the shoulders, turn your palms to face the sky. Reach out through your pinky fingers, gives them a little bit of a break. And then the next 2 or 3 breaths, maybe taking that deeper lunge through the front leg without the knee passing your ankle. Last round in. Reach forward, elbow to knee. And this is where you can get that deep tilt in your pelvis, moving into your left hip crease. Right arm reaches. Feel like the whole shoulder. Is it available to take the hand back behind your body as the chest rolls up? One more inhale and side angle. Look down, release your hands down. Step into your plank. We'll do those 3 half push-ups again. The option to keep your knees lifted or lower them down, if it helps support you in building that strength through the upper arm bones, lower halfway, elbows in, push back up. Lower halfway, press up. One more time coming halfway, pushing up, flip your toes, the invitation for downward dog or child's pose. Where do you need to go for a moment just to recollect? To do that scan of the body, a little inventory on the body. And if any tension's sort of beginning to arise in your practice, let it melt away again. And if you're in child's pose, you can rock the hips side to side. From child's pose, come back to downward dog. Come high onto your toes, breathe in. Bend your knees, and then step, walk, or hop to the top of your space. Flat back, lifted heart. Bow back in. Root into your feet, rise up to stand. Inhale, sweep up, gaze up. Let the arms go, shake it out. And the feet can go a little bit wider than hip distance and a little external rotation through the toes. Hands onto your hips, lift your heart up. And we're not going into full Hindu squat, just halfway down. Pull your bum back, lean your chest forward, knees press out. And then inhale, lift back up. Bend your knees, pull your bum back. Drive down through the feet, lift yourself back up. Do this 3 or 4 more times. And maybe it can get a little more fluid. And we're really heating up the joint to sink down. The elbows can come to knees. You're encouraging your tailbone to drop as your heart lifts up. If you would like to make this a little more invigorating, so sinking into the hips helps to increase the mobility. If you want some more stability, stabilizing, lift up and out an inch and see how that feels. Good, 1 more inch. Plant your hands down in front of you. Press into your hands so you can get a bounce through the legs to step, walk, or hop your feet back to plank. Good, high to low push-up. Exhale, elbows in, come all the way down. Find your back bend, cobra or upward dog. Draw the shoulders back in space. Lengthen the front body up. Pull your hips back, downward dog. Empty out. Last standing flow for some heat. Right leg high, breathe in. Step your right foot through between your thumbs, breathe out. Lift your torso, your pace not mine, crescent lunge. Back heel down, warrior 2, left arm back, right arm forward. Check in with your stance. Inhale, reach past your body, side angle. Exhale, look down, plant both hands down. Option for vinyasa between, so taking the push-up or going right back to downward dog. And then together, left leg high. Step your left foot through. Come up on an inhale. Pivot your back heel down, exhale. Reach forward into your side angle, lift your gaze towards the top right arm. Plant your palms. Frame your foot. And then as you step your left foot back, decide if you're moving high to low push-up. Sounded breath in, full breath out. Take your knees to the earth, then one last time we come onto the forearms. Knees can stay down or step your feet back. Left hand centers to your face, come over into the razor edge of your left foot, right hand onto your hip. So we've been here. Driving the left elbow down, the option to lift and lower your hips. Lower an inch, lift an inch. Does it feel slightly different from the first round? Then setting up to switch your sides, both elbows to the earth, right hand to center to your face, roll to the right side, lift and lower. Come back to center. The option to press up into your hands. Go right back to downward dog. walk your hands back to meet your feet.
And then to really soften through the shoulders, bend your knees a lot so your belly's on your thighs. Grab hold of your opposite elbow and let the shoulders hang towards your ears. And the head heavy in space. Maybe you rock your head side to side. Shake it yes, shake it no. Hear your breath. Deeper bend through your knees. Hands walk up your shins and thighs to ragdoll roll yourself up to standing. Then feel yourself come all the way up. Chest peels open, palms face forward. Crown of your head reaches up. Cleanse a breath. Then again, rock forward and back into your toes. Maybe roll out the wrists. We're starting to bring the energy down. We've got lots of heat in the body. This is a good time to stretch and open the body, especially after engagement. Sweep the arms high. Big dive forward. Flatten the back and lift your chest. Weight comes into your toes. Walk yourself out to your downward dog. Lift the right leg up. And swing or step your right foot through. Grab your foot, pull it there. Release your left knee down. And then heel toe your right foot out towards the edge of your mat. Bring both hands to the inside of your right foot. Lift your gaze, breathe in, sink into your hips, breathe out. Let them lower down. Hold for 5. Follow the breath through your mind's eye, maybe the eyes even close. The end of your 5th breath. Bring your right hand back to the outside of your right foot. And this is up to you. As you lift the back knee, it might feel good to go into downward dog or maybe like a tabletop to sway your hips side to side. If you're looking to get out of the wrists, send your hips back to your heels, child's pose. Prepare for the opposite side. Lifting the left leg behind you. Stepping your left foot through. Your right knee plants down. Heel toe the left foot out wider. So you can bring the left hand to the inside of your foot. Tense your fingers, lift your chest up. So bring in the engagement, activate, and then release, sink. Maybe allow your eyes to close. As you follow internally the consistency of 5 breaths. Last round in. Open mouth, sigh out. Press into the hands.
Guide your left foot back in the best way that serves you. Downward dog, tabletop, or child's pose. Then soften onto the knees if you're not already. Swing your legs around so you can come onto your bum. Hands back behind you, feet a little bit wider. Start to windshield wipe your knees from side to side. The next time your knees drop over towards the right side, hold them there. Press into your right hand to lift your left arm up. Left arm reaches high to the sky as you start to rotate towards the right side. When you stop rotating, plant your left hand down. Perhaps you can walk yourself forward to come onto the elbows, taking a gentle twist. If it's too much coming onto your elbows, then you can lift yourself back up into your hands. Relax the head. Maybe close your eyes. One more cycle in. If you've come onto the forearms, press into the hands. Good. Unwind the spine to come back to center and root both feet and both hands down. Get tall in between center. Drop your knees towards the left side. Reach the right arm up. Start to rotate towards the left slowly. Plant your right hand. Lift the chest, lift your heart so there's length and space before coming down onto your elbows. You can even stack your fists for your forehead to rest. Fluid breath in. Balanced by the breath out. Finish your exhale. Lift your gaze, press into your hands. Slowly unwind the spine. Back through to center, root the feet, lift up, get tall. Then roll yourself onto the back. From the back, hug your knees in. Rock yourself side to side. At this moment, in this time in your practice, if you need anything else to support you to take complete rest, as we cool down, you might want something to stay warm. A sweater, some socks, a blanket. In Shavasana, when you're ready, you've gotten out any little last sensations to stretch or maybe fidget, take your feet to the outer edges of your mat. Let your toes rock off to the side and be heavy. Arms away from the body, keep the palms facing up. Allow your eyes to close. And then no longer try to regulate the breath. Invite the body to be exactly as it is. Give your body this rest
after everything it's just done for you this morning already. And it's through the conscious rest that we absorb some of the benefits of this practice before we go on with the rest of our day. So be here now. And know that my voice will guide you back.
Perhaps this is the first conscious rest you've given yourself all week. So if you feel like you'd like to stay there and stay where you are, there's no reason to move. Give yourself the time. If you do need to come back into your space, start to deepen your breath. You wiggle your fingers and your toes. As you take these final moments to awaken the body, any movement that feels organic, bring into your mind's eye the ways in which you're inviting yourself to find consistency, the ways that you keep showing up for yourself every day, or perhaps a pattern or something that you could integrate that would help you find the sensation of consistency. Drawing your knees in towards your chest. Roll on to your right or left side. Use your arm as a pillow. Then when you're ready, you'll come up into a seated position to seal the practice. Rock yourself forward and back to find your tall seat. Your eyes can close or gaze can soften. The invitation to take with you, even if it's just consistent breath throughout your day, something that consistently brings you care, supports your well-being. Breathe in to reach your arms up. Breathe out, pull your hands to heart, bow chin in towards chest. It's an honor and a blessing sharing this practice with each of you. Thank you for trusting in me to guide you, and thank you for consistently showing up. Bowing to the best within us all. Namaste.